Hi everyone, welcome to the Manifesting Straight Talk podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Jackson, and I'm a mindset and manifesting coach from the UK, and I am here to ignite that fire inside of you. If you know you were born for more and you've been thinking things have been feeling a little bit vanilla and a little bit stale, and you are ready to move things forward and manifest the life that lights you up, then you are in exactly the right place. Join me every week for mindset and manifesting tips, plus my weekly energy forecast, and let's get things moving in the direction that you really want to be going with your life, because you were made for magic and miracles, and this is your time. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's podcast episode. Now we are coming to the close of 2022, and that is an exciting time. You can feel the energy shifting, you can feel the vibration getting more excited about what 2023 will bring, and I hope you are feeling this. But I want to give you a quick reflection exercise that's going to help you really cement in all of that good work you've been doing in 2022, because believe me, doesn't matter what your years look like, you will have done some amazing things. So what I love to do is really reflect at the end of the year. It's a time where I kind of take a bit of time out and just think, what has 2022 brought for me? What was 2022 like? Now, you can look back at all the situations and you can look back at it from a couple of different lenses. First of all, you can look back at it from the level of consciousness that is the to me consciousness. You can start to think, well, that happened to me. Everything happened to me. And when you do that, you are often in that victim mode. You can also look at it from that happened for me. So what did happen for you in 2022? And this is the exercise I want you to start bringing in, because sometimes we can get in a rut of thinking, God, it's been a really bad year. It's been awful. And that's when we're in that to me paradigm. We are in that to me consciousness. And a full year is made up of cycles. It's made up of seasons. It's made up of highs, lows, so many things that actually, to sum it all up in a one phrase, that it was a crap year or it was a great year or whatever it is you want to say, sometimes doesn't give it the ultimate edge that it's actually given you. So when you reflect back and you do it from the everything's happening for me consciousness, then you can start to look at, wow, what did I get even from the negative situations? What did I get from this year? And when we have our biggest trials, biggest tribulations, that is when we show up the most. That is when we show up who we are, what we've got, that grit, that determination, that focus, that inner power, that all comes out at them situations. So start to think of this year as a reflection exercise, but go, who was it that I was in 2022? Who did I show up as? And don't worry if you didn't like who you showed up as in 2022. You might have been in the to me victim mode all year, and that's okay. Do not give yourself a hard time if that was you. But by doing this reflection exercise, it just brings it to the surface and goes, oh, wow. Then you can ask yourself the question, do I want to bring that into 2023? Do I want to bring that energy with me, or am I changing it today? So this reflection exercise, by you looking back and going, who was I in 2022? Who did I show up as? How was I acting? Was I in a to me consciousness or a for me consciousness? And just that simple question allows you to shift things for this next year. Because if you were in that to me, fine. But ask yourself the question, is that who you want to be in 2023? And if it isn't, then you need to make a decision that you change it today. You need to change that to everything is happening for me. How do I bring that in? And by doing that, you can look back over the last year and start to think, what happened for me? What really happened for me? All them situations, whether there were wins, successes, or whether they weren't, you can look back and go, well, they were all for me. So what did I gain? What extra skills, what extra resilience, what extra emotional plateau have you now created that you now have that you wouldn't have had if them things didn't happen to you in 2022? So please start to reflect, start to think, Who were you? Who did you show up as? Were you in a to-me consciousness or a for-me consciousness? And who are you taking with you into 2023? I always live in the for-me consciousness. I constantly think everything is happening for me. And that is a true belief that I have now. I've not had the greatest year. It has literally been ups, downs, swings, roundabouts, but actually it's been amazing. So if you looked at it on paper, people would think, wow, that's been a tough year. But actually, it's been friggin' amazing. There's been some incredible things happening. There's been some sad things happen. And actually, even through them sad things, I thought, this is happening for me. What am I gaining from this? What is coming out of this? What is going to be so much better on the other side of this? That is genuinely how I think, because I embody this work constantly. And in 2023, the programs and everything that I am doing are up leveling to help you get into this consciousness too. So please watch out for that. But just do this reflection exercise. Look back on your last year and think, what's been happening for you versus to you? And who have you been showing up as? What consciousness have you been showing up in? And really, do you want to take that into the next year? So this is a quick mini exercise because I know we're all busy at this time of year, but it is really important to start reflecting, because reflection is always my first piece for manifesting. It helps you get into the frame of where you are now so that you can start to make any tweaks and changes if that's what you want to do. So please just take a 5-minute, 10-minute break, get a journal out and start to think all of the good things that actually happened this year. What was amazing? What were your wins? What were your successes? What have you gained? What have you learned? And most importantly, what has happened for you, not to you. Okay, catch you next week. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I hope you loved every minute of it. If you want to follow me on social media, all the links are in the show notes, and I will catch you next week for more Manifesting Straight Talk.